Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you will shatter everything you think you know about why you're stuck. Carl Jung discovered something that most people spend their entire lives running from, and it's the very thing that's keeping you trapped right now. But here's the twist that will blow your mind. You think your biggest enemy is out there, the toxic people, the naysayers, the ones who drain your energy. But according to Carl Jung, your real enemy has been hiding in plain sight, wearing your face, speaking in your voice, and sabotaging your dreams from the inside. Jung called it the shadow, and until you face yours, you'll keep attracting the same painful patterns over and over again. But wait, there's something even more disturbing. Right now, as you listen to this, you're unconsciously giving away your power to people who don't deserve it. And here's what Carl Jung said that will change everything. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Think about that person who drains your energy. That relationship that keeps you up at night. That situation you can't stop replaying in your mind. Jung discovered that these aren't random occurrences, they're mirrors reflecting the parts of yourself you've been rejecting. Here's where it gets really interesting. You've been blaming them, haven't you? The energy vampires, the narcissists, the people who don't appreciate you. But Carl Jung revealed a truth so profound it will shake you to your core. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Every person who triggers you is showing you exactly what you haven't healed within yourself. Every boundary you fail to set is revealing where you abandon yourself. Every time you seek their validation, you're running from your own inner authority. But here's what Jung discovered that changes everything. The very qualities you despise in others. They exist within you too. The selfishness you hate in them. You've been selfish with yourself by not honoring your needs. The lack of empathy you see in them. You've shown no empathy to yourself by accepting less than you deserve. According to Carl Jung, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. And that's exactly why you keep focusing on changing others instead of changing yourself. It's easier to point fingers than to look in the mirror. Listen carefully, because this next part will either save you or destroy you. Carl Jung said, your vision becomes clear when you look into your heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakens. Right now, you're dreaming that someone else will finally see your worth, dreaming that circumstances will magically improve, dreaming that you don't have to do the inner work. But Jung discovered that awakening only happens when you stop looking outside for what you can only find within. Every moment you spend analyzing their behavior is a moment stolen from understanding your own patterns. Every second you waste hoping they'll change is a second you could spend transforming yourself. Here's the part that will either terrify you or set you free. Jung revealed that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But most people never claim this privilege because it requires something they're not willing to do, face their shadow. Your shadow isn't just your dark side. According to Carl Jung, it's also your unrealized potential, your suppressed creativity, your untapped power. Every time you shrink yourself to make others comfortable, you're feeding your shadow. Every time you silence your truth to keep the peace, you're strengthening the very force that keeps you stuck. But wait, here's Jung's most shocking discovery. The meeting with oneself is, at first, the meeting with one's own shadow. The people who trigger you most aren't your enemies, they're your teachers. They're showing you exactly where you've been betraying yourself. That person who never appreciates your efforts. They're reflecting how you don't appreciate yourself. That relationship where you give everything and get nothing back. It's showing you how you've been giving away your power while expecting others to fill the void only you can fill. Here's what Jung said that will change your life forever. I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep playing the victim, analyzing their behavior, waiting for them to change, or you can use Jung's revolutionary approach to reclaim your power. Carl Jung discovered that the moment you stop projecting your inner conflicts onto others and start owning your shadow, everything changes. The energy you've been wasting on people who don't deserve it suddenly becomes available for your own transformation. But here's the catch that Jung warned about. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. The process of integrating your shadow, of taking back your projections and owning your power, isn't comfortable. It means admitting that you've been complicit in your own suffering. It means accepting that you've been looking for love in all the wrong places because you haven't learned to love yourself. Jung said, the most intense conflicts, if overcome, leave behind a sense of security and calm that is not easily disturbed. But here's what he didn't tell you, most people aren't willing to go through the intensity. They'd rather stay stuck in familiar pain than face unfamiliar growth. Listen up, because this is where Jung's wisdom gets dangerous. What you resist persists. The more you fight against the people who trigger you, the more power you give them. The more you try to control their behavior, the more out of control you become. According to Carl Jung, what we resist in others is what we refuse to acknowledge in ourselves. But here's Jung's secret weapon that most people never discover: the privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. The moment you stop trying to be who others want you to be and start becoming who you actually are, you naturally repel the wrong people and attract the right ones. Here's Jung's most powerful insight. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Every toxic relationship, every draining situation, every pattern that keeps repeating, it's not fate. It's your unconscious shadow running the show. Carl Jung discovered that once you become conscious of your patterns, once you integrate your shadow, once you stop projecting your inner conflicts onto others, you become unstoppable. You stop seeking validation because you validate yourself. You stop explaining yourself because you don't need their understanding. You stop fighting for relationships because you know your worth. But here's what Jung said that will either wake you up or keep you asleep. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves, if we're brave enough to look. Most people aren't brave enough. They'd rather blame others than face themselves. They'd rather stay victims than become victors. But you're different. You're listening to this because some part of you knows the truth. Some part of you is ready to stop running from your shadow and start integrating it. Some part of you is tired of giving your power away and ready to claim what's yours. Here's Jung's final warning and promise. Carl Jung said, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Every person who doesn't love you the way you want to be loved is showing you exactly where you're not loving yourself. The barriers aren't out there, they're in here. The walls aren't around others, they're around your heart. The prison isn't created by them, it's built by your own unconscious patterns. But according to Carl Jung, the moment you face your shadow, integrate your projections, and reclaim your power, everything changes. You stop attracting what you don't want and start magnetizing what you deserve. So here's your choice. You can keep doing what you've always done, analyzing their behavior, waiting for their change, hoping for their validation. Or you can do what Carl Jung discovered transforms lives: turn inward, face your shadow, integrate your projections, and become who you truly are. Jung said it best, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. But on the other side of that terror, complete freedom. Your shadow is waiting. Your power is calling. Your true self is ready to emerge. The question isn't whether you can change, Jung proved that consciousness transforms everything. The question is, are you brave enough to look in the mirror and meet the person who's been running your life from the shadows? Because according to Carl Jung, that meeting, that integration, that moment of brutal self-honesty, is exactly what will set you free. Your transformation starts now. Your shadow is your teacher. Your projections are your roadmap home. Thank you so much for staying with me through this exploration. If you found value in today's discussion, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who might benefit from it.